Voyage. Welcome back to the Ultimate Deck Show. Shane Chapman and Justin McCrae here to serve you again on this wonderful platform we call YouTube.
Yep.
Just found out about YouTube. Did you? You'd almost think so. We left so much time between the videos we did in the fall or in the spring, and now.
Well, I mean, it's you know, it's busy time. It's busy time.
Tough to get on here and play around with YouTube and make vids all day when you're selling decking like it's going out of style.
Right.
Speaking of decking, today we are talking about Deckorators, the brand of decking called Deckorators.
Yes.
It's really good.
There. Great episode.
Yeah, so we'll see you next week. No, Deckorators is a brand of many things decking related. It's right in the name, actually. They put they were so clear on what their purpose was. They put the word deck in their name.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what they did there? They put a K in it.
Big, huge K, because I mean,
accentuated the K.
Yeah.
Anyway, Deckorators makes a wide variety of accessories for decking. You've seen them at all your favorite lumberyards and box stores with your balusters and their light caps and their post caps and their railing and so on and so forth. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the decking today, because that could be a 2, 3, 4 hour show if we talked about it all. So we're just talking about the decking. Now if you go to their website and you go to products and you go to decking, it's absurd. The number of lines of decking.
You're so animated today.
The number of lines of decking that they have.
Oh my goodness.
Is obnoxious.
It's quite.
There's so many lines. We're going to talk about 3 lines today. We're going to talk about the Voyage line, the Vault line, and the Frontier line, because those are the Eovations line.
But we should
I'll explain what that means later.
We should give an honorable mention to the other line, though, right?
Yes. So you go to the website, you open it up, there's like 9 or 10 different boxes. It looks like your pantry full of cereal. It looks like your pantry full of cereal. You have these boxes of cereal.
Like 8 or 9 boxes.
Half of them you haven't touched in years. So you bought them one time, you tried them. They were okay, but they were no Lucky Charms.
And then there's like there's the 3 staples that you just wake up every morning and you pick the same 3. Like you rotate between the 3. Right?
Yeah, for sure. What are those for you?
I think maybe
you like yourself some Cap'n Crunch?
Well, yeah, but I mean now I get
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Corn Pops.
Life's pretty good.
Ah, Life's like, that's kind of
not
like
sugar enough for you.
Life is middle-aged. Like that's a middle-aged cereal for me.
Ouch! right in the damn heart.
Oh well, you know. And then eventually it's gonna be like, what is that? Oatmeal crisp or something, right? Like
yeah. Now we're getting up there.
You're getting your grains. You gotta start getting your grains in.
We're getting up there.
So,
okay.
Anyway,
so that's what you find when you go to the products and decking section. Is this lot of lines of decking.
It's like a grocery store, really.
Yes.
Online shopping for groceries.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Are all of those cereals we just mentioned, are any of them Canadian only?
I don't think so.
No? They're available in the States as well? I think they're all available in the USA. But some things are not.
Yeah, believe it or not. We're gonna have to edit that part out.
No, we're not editing anything out.
Oh my god.
There are some treats that are available only in Canada that you can't get in the United States, and some that are available in the United States that you can only get down there, you can't get them here. What are some of those?
Coffee Crisp.
There's a huge backstory to this. Why this is happening. Ask us at Deck Expo why this is so funny to us. But anyways, we talk. Like, for example, what are some of your favorite Canadian treats you can't get in the States? Ketchup chips,
all dressed chips, Coffee Crisp, chocolate bars,
Smarties, but not Rockets. This is Smarties, like Nestle Smarties, the chocolate candy covered Smarties, not the little.
They're like
compacted.
They're like our version of M&Ms, but we can get M&Ms here.
Yeah, they're like M&Ms. We get both.
Yeah,
we're a country of selection.
But we were talking about chocolate bars that they have in the States that we can't get here.
Correct.
Or at least until recently.
And you thought maybe Payday.
Payday, yeah. But you can get them here now, I think.
And I said nut rolls.
Nut rolls, yeah.
Because nut rolls are so good. But you can get them here now. You didn't used to be able to. You had to go get your little marshmallowy... you
had to make them yourself.
Delicious. I didn't do that.
Well, you better start.
Okay.
I think. Anyway.
Decking.
Back on track.
Deckorators. Okay, so what we're talking about today, they've got their wood plastic composite lines. Did I mention this already? I did on one of the takes.
Let's do it.
Heritage, Vista, Classic, and then they've got a few like Tropics that's exclusive to Home Depot. They've got a bunch of lines of traditional wood plastic composites. We don't care about those. Give me something exciting.
Okay.
Wood plastic composite is wood fiber, sawdust, flour, whatever you want to call it,
Grocery
mixed
bags.
in with recycled HDPE like laundry containers.
Yeah.
Recycled plastic. Mixed together, extruded out, covered in a cap layer of protective polymer plastic, blah, 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 blah. Everybody makes their decking that way. Trex, Fibron, TimberTech, Deckorators has these lines that do that. So they're good products. Feel free to do your own research on them.
Yeah.
We didn't feel that we needed to include those today because we want to talk about the new and exciting stuff that Deckorators has that is different from what else is out there. So feel free to go to Deckorators.com, go to the product section, go to the decking section, and look up Heritage, Vista, Classic, Lowe's, and look at those lines if you want to learn more about the wood plastic composites. What we're talking about today is the Eovations lines.
Nice. Really good. Really good. Really good.
When you get to the website, the top 3 brands or categories of decking you're going to see are the Voyage, Vault, and Frontier. Now these are different.
Frontier just reminds me like, yeehaw!
It is, yeah. You should have brought a cowboy hat or a stick pony.
I have one of each of those.
Sure.
At my house.
Well, next episode.
Okay. You heard it.
Frontier. So let's talk a little bit about Eovations. What does Eovations mean? Well, Eovations is a different way of extruding the decking. Instead of just melting all those materials we talked about before into a big melting pot and pushing it through a hole like a Play-Doh factory, we should bring a Play-Doh factory on the show.
Start talking about Play-Doh now.
This stuff, I have never been to the plant. Something tells me that they can't wait to bring us down there.
I think so.
I feel like it's a matter of time. Yeah. We're going to get there.
I thought maybe if I dreamt that or...
We're going to get there. But how they've described it to us was they call it a pultrusion.
A puller instead of a pusher, essentially, right?
A puller instead of a pusher.
Right.
That's a gross way to describe it, but...
Anyways, is what it is.
The material gets... It's like... Think of it as a big ball of gum. They take all the materials, which is like plastic, obviously, and mineral dust. Not wood. It's inorganic, like stone dust, essentially. That gets used as a filler in these, which adds strength. Then instead of pushing it through a mold, it's pulled and stretched like bubblegum. So if you took bubblegum, you know what bubblegum?
Yeah, and then it turns into decking.
Here, in the States. In Canada. We're in Canada. They pull it out, and like the way you pull bubblegum, it stretches into long, linear, fibrous...
Like strands.
Strands. That's what this stuff looks like inside.
Crazy. So it looks like bubblegum inside?
Oh, yeah. Like if you have...
Like a really old piece of chewed bubblegum, maybe.
If you have the heart, try to pull one apart and see what it looks like inside. Trust me.
Did we do that?
Yeah, we did do that. We did do one. We found it looks exactly like a freaking old tree inside. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird how much it looks like wood when you pull it apart because of that fibrous nature of it. That fibrous nature gives it a ton of strength. And so they say that this stuff has the highest weight to strength ratio of any like plastic decking in the market, which is quite remarkable. If you've seen them at a trade show or a video or something, they quite commonly smash the crap out of this stuff with sledgehammers, and it's just a-okay.
Yep.
In case you decide to do that on your deck.
I mean, why not, right? You might as well.
In case you happen to have guar over for a backyard bash.
Yeah.
Well,
that happens all the time.
Smash guitars on it. Anyways, it'll survive no matter what you do to it. In addition to that, it's also lightweight. So strong and lightweight. This stuff weighs approximately the same as like a PVC board would, so roughly like 2 pounds per linear foot as opposed to a traditional kind of 3 pounds for a composite, so it's quite lightweight to work with. I arguably think that this actually feels a little bit lighter than a lot of the PVCs that we've used, so maybe it's a hair under 2 pounds per linear foot. Maybe it's like 1.9.
Okay.
What's that in Canadian?
I don't know.
I made not a bad joke, but you actually could convert that to metric and it'd be in grams. I don't know.
Such a nerd.
I don't know how many grams that is.
You're such a nerd.
I don't know. Let's see what else they have to say about their Eovations lines of decking before we get into the specific lines.
Okay.
Water and ground contact, A-OK.
Yep.
You want to build your deck
approved, right?
under your pool instead of around it?
Go ahead.
Go for it. This stuff will survive.
No issues with that.
There's no wood in it. Won't splinter, sag, chalk, or crack.
Wowzers, Batman.
Stain and fade resistant capstock. Made from a blend of polypropylene and mineral filler. 34% or greater surface traction than other leading brands of composite decking. That's exclusive to the Voyage line. Right. That's the one that has the traction enhanced. The other ones don't. They're not 34% better. They're comparable.
They're still pretty decent though.
Voyage is, you'll know it when you walk on it. It has way better traction than most, if not all, other products out there in the market. It's quite remarkable. What else? Okay, here's what they got: fascia dimensions and riser dimensions available for these colors as well. So that's a good thing. The warranty on this stuff is best in class.
Best in class though. Like, what's the class? Like, what are we talking
99.
About?
Were you 90 or 90,
No,
98?
I was 90.
Yeah, right. So what it is, it's a 25-year fade and stain. Not best in class, that's pretty standard. 25-year structural, pretty standard. Mm-hmm. But a 25-year replacement, removal and replacement warranty. That's
what sets it apart.
Is the kicker.
Yep.
So if you put this stuff down, here's the problem with most warranties. You install the decking, and let's say in year 9, that's my favorite number, you have a warranty issue with the product. For some reason the product fails, doesn't live up to expectations. Company, whatever, comes out and says, yeah, you know what, failed. That's our bad. Mm-hmm. We'll give you back, whatever, 40% of the cost of that decking. Because it's all prorated. It's a forever decreasing warranty throughout the lifespan. But you're on the hook yourself to actually remove it and replace it.
Exactly.
With most brands.
Mm-hmm.
Some brands give you a little bit of a replacement warranty, like a 5-year.
Yeah.
There's a couple brands out there doing 5 years. These guys are going to give you the full 25 years. So if you ever have a warranty claim, you're covered on the material and the cost of somebody to come out and remove and replace it.
Well, that's handy.
And the other cool part about that is you don't have to be like a certified Deckorators installer contractor doing 100 decks a year to offer that warranty. If you are a DIY guy installing this stuff, have a warranty claim, as long as you installed it properly to their specification, their install instructions, you also get covered for the removal and replacement.
So we're talking like proper install, like 16 inches on center minimum.
Yeah, right? like read their install guides, make sure that you're following all the rules, right? As long as you do that, you're covered for that warranty replacement as well. So that's pretty awesome. I like that a lot. So let's get into the meat of the show. We're going to go through these things from the least exciting to the most exciting in that order.
Sure.
3 lines fall under the Eovations way of making decking. Frontier is the first one. So Frontier is, we don't have these samples. Deckorators was kind enough to send us a bunch of boxes full of these things, and unless we somehow lost one, or Purelator did, we didn't get these ones. Okay. We got a bunch of boxes, and some of them were doubles, so maybe they accidentally shipped the wrong box, but we're going to put them right here. That's why we have this thing.
Yes.
There's Frontier. Frontier.
Green screen.
Here. Wrong. Frontier is made up of 3 colors. Do you know what they are?
No.
Here you go. Read your notes. They've got a light gray, a medium gray called Summit. Solid color, no variegation.
Nice.
They have a nice dark brown called Woodland. Is it Woodland or Woodland?
And
then my personal favorite, being where we're from, Prairie. So those are the 3 Frontier
Summit, Woodland, and Prairie, eh?
Yeah.
Those are good names. Those are good color names.
They're simple. They're one word. All their names are one word, hey? You know, like with Trex, we kind of joked with the Trex folks, it's like, how long does it take to come up with these names? Because they're all very, like, they're not off the top of your head. They're very like, thought out and, like,
a lot of meetings over.
Really invoke imagery in your mind.
Name parties.
Naming sand.
Parties. Yeah. Coastal Bluff.
Oof. Very. God, I need a holiday.
That is a very...
Anyways, these ones are a little bit more...
to the point.
Layman's. They're a little bit more just like plain. But they're good, right?
I like them.
Vault is exciting. Vault is... There's 3 colors in the Vault line. This is Eovations technology again. So this stuff means you can... What does that mean? Eovations technology? Oh, Justin. To reiterate, it means you could build this deck in the water if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's got a great warranty.
Sure does.
Made it a little bit different. You know what we didn't talk about? Expansion and contraction.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the biggest things when we left it out. This Eovations products, they have I can't say no. I'm not even going to say next to no. I'm going to say very minimal thermal expanded contraction. Very stable because of that linear
what's made
fibrous.
Yeah.
It gives it a lot of stability lengthwise. Mm-hmm. So on any size of board, they all move a little bit. This stuff will expand and contract on average like about a third of what you could expect from a composite or PVC board, about a third as much. So
PVC, what are we talking about?
It will move a little tiny bit.
Yeah. It's it's such a small amount.
But on a 12-foot board in a 50 degrees Fahrenheit swing, it's 0.06 of an inch.
Oh,
so on a 20,
man.
usually we measure this stuff in 20-foot lengths. So on a 20-foot board in Canada, if it's going to go summer to winter, which is more than a 50 degree swing, I'll tell you that much.
Is.
This stuff will move like less than an eighth of an inch, which is pretty remarkable because composites will move about a quarter of an inch and PVCs will move upwards of a half inch if they're not fastened. The more you fasten these things down, it restricts their movement a bit. But that's just to put it into perspective. They move a lot less than most products out there, so that's pretty awesome. The first one we're going to talk about is this beautiful gray called Dusk.
I like it.
Good name, right? You don't have to get fancy.
That's what
it's just
I mean.
a good name.
They're very to the point.
Good name. Now check that out. Look at the graining on that. Hey? Very beautiful.
It's just like you caught you just caught a big lake trout or something.
Yeah. It's this big. So they have what they call a cathedral grain on this. What that means is that the graining is kind of arrow shaped. It all points one direction. It's called a cathedral or vault, like kind of vaulted,
like a vaulted ceiling. Yeah.
So I think they call that a cathedral style graining. That's what the Vault line has. That's its thing. Mm-hmm. That's how it's different from Frontier, because Frontier has no coloring to it. Just a
solid, right?
Yeah, solid colors, nothing fancy. So that Dusk one, very beautiful color, quite a neutral gray with a darker gray cathedral style streaking in it. The graining itself is very hairline. There's no there's no knot patterns in it, so you don't see repeating patterns or anything. It's very linear. I think it looks remarkable. When I first saw this stuff, when they shipped this stuff, I don't know when the first time it was I saw it, but when I saw Vault versus Voyage, I much preferred the Voyage graining. It's different. Yeah. But this has really grown on me. I almost think I might prefer this now. It's really cool. Yeah. I like the shape of the grain. The next one we're going to bring up here is called Hickory. So this is...
Hickory, Doc.
What color is this? This is the color of late night binge drinking at 2 a.m.
That's when one too many tequila shots.
One too many tequila shots. And the stomach says, "All right, everybody out the way you came in." It's like, I think this is kind of a pukey color, but it's nice. But it's got that.
It's brown.
It's tanny colored, but with some like reddish burgundy streaking in it.
There's like 3 colors in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of streaking in there. It's like, I joke about it being kind of barf colored because it is, but it's attractive. I like it. Yeah. It's quite nice.
I think this is not in the right setting. In the right setting, I think it could be very attractive.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody.
It's probably my least favorite of the 3.
So that's called Hickory. I'm going to hold on to it for a second because it pairs quite well with the third one in this line, which is called Mesquite. So let's get this one up here. This is more of kind of a reddish brown kind of color. You're getting the same cathedral graining, but that goes quite nicely with Hickory. So you could pair those two. But yeah, look at that. That's some nice deep streaking in there as well. Very beautiful. So another thing to mention actually that we left out so far is that this decking is only 7/8 of an inch thick. Not your traditional 1 inch thick. Because it's stronger, they can minimize the width of the board, which is a good thing for the most part. Reduces the weight or whatever, but a little bit trickier if you're trying to line it up to other...
If you're mixing matching brands for borders or whatever.
Or if you're resurfacing an existing deck that meets something that was built to be flush and now it's an 1/8 of an inch thinner, might run into some problems there, but nothing wrong with that. They've cut the groove a little bit higher in the edge of the board though, not in the middle, so that it still works with all your typical universal fasteners.
Right. And that's
Vault.
That's Vault. It's pretty, yeah.
Into the Vault. Next up is the Voyage line. Now the Voyage, this is the bee's knees. This is their...
We call this the flagship, right?
This would be the flagship,
This is the flagship,
yeah. I mean, their whole Eovations line is probably kind of their flagship, but this one's the bee's knees. This one has a couple extra features, or one extra feature that you're not going to find in the rest of their lines. Right. This is their highest price point. This is their best crack at the best board they can produce. So out the gate we have a similar color actually to that.
I think it looks very similar.
Let's hold those both up there. Maybe a hint more reddish, just a little tiny bit. So, but this one's called Mesa, and so these names are. Is this true? Was what I'm about to say true? This is Mesa. They're kind of like Mexicasa inspired names. At least 2 of them are.
Yeah.
So this one's made a bit of a brownish, kind of reddy hints to it. You'll notice that the streaking is not vaulted. It's not that cathedral style that you saw before. Show me this one has a good one.
Oh yeah, this one here.
This one has a good one. So remember how we talked about that kind of arrow-shaped variegation, color variegation? This one's much more linear. It's straight lines. So it's a different look.
It's more aggressive.
Still looks very cool. Yep. The graining, like the embossing on it, is very similar. It's also very linear. It's just that the coloring is also more linear. It looks really cool. So what else do you want to tell me about that?
I think that's pretty much it, right? I mean, like you said, it's got the embossing or the traction enhancement.
Yeah,
done to it.
It's crazy. It's crazy good. When you're walking on this stuff, it is grippy. So if you're looking for a board that has like best in class traction, slip resistance, this is it. Wet or dry.
What would we say like for scratch durability though? Because of the type of embossing that it is.
It's very durable for scratching in my experience too. It's a brand new board this year, so over time to be determined.
Yeah.
But it's a very strong board. Like it's not easy to scratch by dragging screws across it and whatnot, like we always like to do with new decking.
Right.
It doesn't. Sometimes you get some brands that have very stand-up-ish ridges on their embossing, and those get knocked down, and so it scratches easy. This doesn't have that, so I suspect it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The back side of the board is colored, but it's not embossed the same way. So you've only got the traction enhanced embossing on the one side. The back side's it's got like, what would you compare that to? I don't know what that is, but it's smoother, kind of linear. But my point of showing you this is if you use this on like a privacy wall or something, the back side of the board also looks good, just doesn't have the same embossing. But there's nothing wrong with seeing that. It looks very similar.
Yeah.
So, nothing to see here. Sorry, I didn't talk about this one.
No, you didn't.
This one's Costa.
I like that one.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
It's a muted yellow, I would call it, right? Like it's yellowy.
It is yellowy.
I wouldn't even call it brown in any way. It's quite yellow.
Yellowy. Yeah.
It's got some gray streaking in it though. So gray and yellow you wouldn't think would go together real well.
No, that's not it. What is it? Black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Yeesh. But anyways, it does look really good together. We actually just had a contractor do this color on a big deck and bordered it with one of the other colors, and it looks fantastic. I think it's a really good color. It's not super popular because not everybody's looking for a yellowy deck, but if you are, it's a good one. It's like the color of straw.
I wonder, maybe they missed the boat and they should have called this one prairie, you know? Like farming, like wheat, like a wheat stubble. Fields of gold.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, that's a good one. Look at the variegation in that. Show that again down there.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's very...
Look at this.
That's very, like, you know...
That's very good.
That is very Midwest prairies.
Yeah, once you get it out, I'll agree with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Out of the colors and into the gray patterns. So this...
out of the what? Out of the colors and into the gray? Gray's a color,
Out of the colors and gray is not a color.
Oh. What? Get out.
Mind blown.
I think you're full of it.
Out of the colors and into the grays. So here's one called Sierra. Now this is a beautiful board. This is super duper popular.
This is probably, would you say that?
In our market anyway.
In our market, yeah.
So check out the variegation on that again. Same linear streaking. This is kind of a medium gray with a darker gray streaking in it. It's beautiful. This is the one that I mentioned that we just had a deck done by a contractor that did this color. He did it with this one, and I was like, I wasn't sure about it at first, but once you see that installed, it is dynamite. It looks so good together. So very nice board. This is super, super popular. Again, same graining pattern, same embossing, same everything, just different color. And that one is 9 times out of 10 gets paired with this next guy. This one's called Tundra.
Tundra.
Easy to remember because it's white, so tundra, snow, rocks,
snowy,
blah,
tundra.
blah, blah. But look at that one. That nice light gray with that dark gray variegation. In our market right now where grays are doing well, this is fire.
It is.
Pure fire. And those two together,
yeah.
oh,
Look at that, eh?
get out of my kitchen. Or stay in there and make me something delicious. So super, super, super attractive colors.
These are very attractive boards.
So for years and years, we've had this store. We've been running the Ultimate Deck Shop for 4 years. Deckorators just joined our lineup this year. We held off for a long time. They kept trying to, like, the distributor for it kept saying, like, you guys really need to add Deckorators to your lineup. And we kind of were like, yeah, we got enough brands. We have 6 brands. We don't need more brands.
Right.
Somebody's going to have to go for Deckorators to come in. Show me something different. Like, give me a reason to want to have this.
Yep.
We pushed back before because the groove used to be lower in the board, so it wouldn't work with the universal clips. And that was what we used as an excuse. Then they adjusted that, now it does, so that was one excuse removed. Then they brought us the Voyage line.
Right.
This year. It was like, here's the new Voyage line from Deckorators. This stuff is thermally stable. It has got incredible traction. It's unbelievably strong. It's lightweight. It's nice to work with. And we couldn't say no anymore.
Even like on a color palette, there's not a lot that like looks like this. You know what I mean? Like it's almost it's got its own thing going on with it.
Kind of, yeah. Like there's a lot of stuff that looks similar to that. Everybody's got a gray and whatever, but this has a unique look to it.
There's something different about it.
And it's attractive, man.
Yeah.
It's attractive. That's a good look. Now, these are all available in your common standard lengths of 12, 16, 20 foot lengths. That's industry standard for the most part.
Yeah.
There's some big news coming from these guys at Deck Expo. Stop by their booth. I just had to get that out of my... I can't say anything about it, but there's some big news coming.
I don't even know what it is. He won't even tell me, so...
So, come... Yeah, because you're not allowed to. So, there's... Yeah. Another cool thing they have, this color's not listed under the Voyage category on their website. I think it's got its own category called a picture frame board.
Right.
And what it is it's a dark slate color, they call it. It's kind of it's a deep gray with a bit of a bluish tint to it. Now this is not, I don't think this is available in all their traditional profiles. What this is available in is its own special profile.
Yep.
A 21 foot length board. This is interesting. So that's a very kind of like bucking the trend from typical industry dimensions that you'll see. But the reason for this was they thought a little bit differently. Let me paint the picture for you.
Please do.
You're building a gorgeous deck. It's 20 feet wide. X number of feet out from the house because that doesn't matter. You build a deck that's 20 feet wide. Let's say you frame a deck that's 20 feet wide. Okay? Then you go and you lay down your beautiful field boards of 20 foot wide boards in your tundra. Then you go to put your picture frame on, and because this is commonly how you'd build things, you say you're going to nose your decking past the framing by 1.5 inches. That's pretty common. So your last board framing's here, and you make sure that this deck board hangs over 1.5 inches past your framing. Justin, what is 20 feet plus 1.5 inches?
Oh, it's more than 20 feet.
What is 20 feet plus another 1.5 inches?
More than 20 feet.
20'3"
exactly.
In Canadian and US. So what they've done, what they came to realize was like, hey, there's a scenario that pops up all the time where a 20-foot board isn't actually long enough to do a 20-foot deck on the picture frame. And everybody picture frames decks, guys. So they released this board that's just like, it's meant as a picture frame board, an accent board. And they made it 21 feet long, so in those scenarios you can get that. And if it's a 10-foot deck, you can cut it in half and you can do 10-foot 1.5 or whatever. Like there's enough material there on that board that they give you enough to account for your nose over, so you're not butting your picture frames together. So tiny little thing, but very thoughtful.
Do you think that they should expand this though, like to give more color options?
No. So anyway, they're on. Like you want to see them do other solid colors. So this one's not very good.
Yeah, but you're. You know, I get it. The whole like, well, we have to add all these extra SKUs. But I just mean like, I don't know, because there's going to be a lot of scenarios. The majority of people that are building decks, they're doing the 20-foot, but they don't necessarily want this color for a picture frame.
What are you saying, that they should make their other 4 colors in a 21-foot board?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think they should do.
Why not? Like, you solved one problem.
It's an extra foot, right?
Don't have 20-foot SKUs. Do 20 foot in your grooved.
Yeah, and then do 21. Just do 21-foot solids.
And do 20.5 feet
board. Yeah.
In all of your solid edge boards.
There you go.
They're listening. We'll
just wait. We'll just sit here quiet and wait until they...
Yeah, I'll wait for the comment to show up. So, what they intended with this one, with the color, this dark grayish blue, this isn't for everybody. This is absolutely not for everybody. I think it looks pretty cool, and their intention here is that this color is kind of the same color as what's streaking in all the other colors. Like this dark gray is in the other boards. So that means it's a very nice accent to go with any of them. You could use that with this, for example. Looks good. You could use it with Sierra if you want. Looks good. You could use it with Costa. And check out Sean from Premier Living. on Instagram, he just did this. It looks sharp.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He did an outer picture frame in Costa, then a dark slate picture frame inside of that, double picture frame, and then back to Costa. Looks super sharp. So that one can look okay. Again, like I said, it's not for everybody. You're just the not part of that everybody.
That's very Edmonton Oilers right there.
This, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They call this the Paul Correa deck. He didn't play for Edmonton? Well, that got really weird there.
Alright. Anywho,
so
us Canadians know our hockey.
Yeah. That would look... Give me somebody else then. I don't want to go Mark Messier, Gretzky.
Esa
How about, yeah, Esa Tikkanen. There we go.
It's like, I don't want to be the obvious as Gretzky, but...
So that's the lineup of Voyage from... That's all the Eovations from Deckorators is what we just talked about there. So... Now let's give some thoughts. What do you think? This is, like, people are going to ask, this is, honest to God, this is one of the best lines of decking out there.
I think it is too. I don't think I can disagree with you.
If you're shopping for this and you have fallen in love with one of these colors and you're halfway there, you're most of the way there, and you're just like, what do I need to know about this? What's the bad parts? There, honest to God, isn't really many.
It's a higher price. It's like on the high end price point wise.
For sure. Yeah. It's a little bit higher price point, but worth it. But it's not super high price point. It's comparable to Trex Transcend. It's comparable to TimberTech Legacy. It's comparable to everybody else's high-end boards, so they're allowed to be there.
For sure.
But you've got some benefits in this stuff that you don't get in other boards. So even though you may not have heard of it, even though it's maybe a little bit tougher to find in your market, you're not going to find this as much as you're going to find Trex. That's for certain.
Yeah.
But if you have access to it and you like it and you've got something in you that's holding you back because you're not familiar with it,
yeah,
let it go. It's a great product.
Great board. Yep.
So anyways, you go cash the check from Deckorators. I'm gonna get this. This backdrop, by the way, behind us here, this is actually Deckorators Sierra. So yeah, like if you haven't noticed already, I'm sure all year this year you've been like, what is that great backdrop? We've only done 2 videos in front of this backdrop so far, not all year.
Anyway, yeah, that is Sierra. Yeah, Deckorators Sierra.
And this is the brand. We're going to be at Deck Expo this year in Louisville at their booth, doing a podcast, doing some YouTube show stuff. So if you want, come check out. There's going to be some announcements there from Deckorators, some exciting stuff. So make sure you stop by their booth. Come see us. We'd love to meet you. But for now, we're going to give away some stuff. Okay? So we got some new Ultimate Deck Shop gear, and we want to give it away to you. And so how you get involved in this is just like comment on the video. Get on. So first subscribe. Please subscribe to the video, okay? You don't want to miss out on the new gold that we put out every week. Subscribe to the video, like the video, then subscribe to our channel, like the video, then comment and just say like, I'm in for a t-shirt. Whatever. So whatever you want. Ask some questions about the decking. Just comment. Just so we have some way to know who's actually wanting to be entered into this thing. We're going to give away an Ultimate Deck Shop t-shirt. They're pretty sharp, nice dark heather gray. This is kind of similar to the dark slate. This is a dark slate shirt right here. So if you want in on this sweet Ultimate Deck Shop t-shirt, and because you can't go to the party with your head exposed, we're going to give you a hat as well.
There we go.
So if you're interested in winning a t-shirt and a hat from the Ultimate Deck Shop, comment below, say like, I want to wear your clothes. And then,
that's really weird.
And then we'll send you our clothes. Justin will try it on first.
Yeah. I will wear it for a full week just to break it in, you know?
Yeah.
And then we'll make sure you get it. So.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to be wrapped in a little bit of Justin?
Right. Right.
Deckorators Voyage Eovations lines of decking, fantastic stuff. If you have any questions, please comment below. We're trying to keep up with everybody, answer your questions.
That's it.
Great time, fun time.
Okay, next week.
See you guys later. Peace. Well, that was good. That was a good little episode to talk about that decking. Really good stuff.
Man, I was I was like losing it.